Hey, B. Listen, I just want to run my mouth for a quick second. I want to talk about a lot of this legal stuff that's been going on. Okay. I think it started the week off with Chris Brown. All right. So first of all, y'all know Chris is going on tour with Usher. I feel like ever since Chris has announced that he's going on tour with Usher, there's been some shit. There's always been something. Okay. I don't know if the people is feeling some type of girl. Obviously, they feeling some type of way if I don't know if they're trying to jeopardize the tour or whatever, but child, when that man, name come up, the people that don't like him be so upset and they be over there slobbing at the damn mouth, child. But either way, all right, different stories and stuff has been popping up. And one of the things is the fact that that baby mama, okay, let's get y'all know like a month or so ago, two of his baby mamas got into it, right? The longtime girlfriend is Jada Wallace. Okay. And then the other baby mama, former girlfriend, I guess she was a girlfriend, Diamond Brown. All right. Y'all remember they had gotten into it online. Okay. Because I guess Chris had supposedly made some threats or something like that to Diamond's man that she was messing with. Come to find out the boy used to be friends with Chris all up in Chris' house and stuff like this. So I don't know who right or wrong because that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just telling y'all what it was, okay? And so she tried to call herself checking Chris. Chris had never said it. Hold up. I think Chris did say something like, don't come over here with that BS or whatever. Well, baby, Jada got into some things, okay? And I was surprised because I don't even know if that was Jada really not tweeting, but I don't know if that was Jada on her own profile. Now, I've never heard what Jada talk like. I do know that her mama, I believe she's half Jamaican or something like that. Her mama is black, her daddy is white. However, and that don't mean nothing, but I've never heard her talking. To hear her talk the way that she did, I'm like, girl, is this really Jada sitting over here threatening to be somebody ass or something like that? And baby Diamond Brown said, when you drop that baby, I am gonna beat your ass. Be very clear about that. Okay. Jada over there calling Diamond out for how Chris take care of everything or whatever. And Diamond said, BIT, you lying. Okay. It's giving 50-50 over here. What you paying for? I was like, girl, it's just the baby mamas was going back and forth, right? So fast forward. Jada done had the baby. Now, I don't know if Jada had a girl or Jada had a boy. Jada has not confirmed that. But I tell you one thing, Diamond got down here. Diamond said it was a boy. That's what she told us about 2 months ago. She about to have a little boy. But I'm going to beat her ass when she dropped that baby. Well, the baby has been dropped. I don't know if nobody is going to get beat. Right now, the only person getting towed up on is Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown is getting toe up on with the different stories that's been put out there. There was a situation this past weekend where they said somebody was popping out his house. And he said, now, where the hell this was at? I've been at home all day and I ain't hear no damn shots at all. You know what I'm saying? So what is y'all talking about? Next thing you know, you go to baby mama child. She done took him to court over little mama. Okay, they have a daughter together. I think her name is Lovely Brown. That's the daughter. So according to TMZ, they're saying Chris Brown was hauled into court for a paternity suit just days before he welcomed a new baby with his current girlfriend, Jada Wallace. According to court documents, Diamond Brown filed a suit on April 3rd over her 4-year-old Lovely Symphony Brown. She says Brown acknowledged paternity in a voluntary declaration, which she attached as an exhibit. They said that Lovely was born in January of 22, and she asked the court to award her legal and physical custody, but did propose that Chris have visitation. Well, that's interesting. Did he threaten to take little mama from you or something? Because now, why all of a sudden did she go to file for legal and physical custody of the little girl? Interesting. And Diamond also said she worked. So I don't know if Chris takes care of all her bills, but she didn't deny that he doesn't take care of some of her bills. But I do believe that she said that she works. Okay. Now they go on to say the paperwork noted that Lovely has lived with Diamond since birth. Diamond also asked that Chris be on the hook for her legal fees in this case. The legal action came weeks after Diamond trashed Chris on social media. She also claimed that Chris had tried to scare off her new boyfriend despite already being in a new relationship himself. Okay. Then says that Jada jumped in to defend the singer. That's the new baby mama. Okay. And that's when Jada told her, girl, you lame for running to the internet trying to air out business like you're not the one that's stopping him from seeing his daughter, honey. Now, I don't know. Diamond said that she hasn't stopped him from seeing the daughter. I guess he hasn't been making the time or something like that. I don't know. But she said she hasn't stopped him from seeing her daughter, but then she turned around and she filed for legal and physical custody. But I feel like That's kind of already established that the damn little girl been with you the whole time. So was there some interaction that has happened recently where he talked about he finna snatch the baby? Or did you do that on some, cause listen, I'm sorry, you're not beating the jealousy allegations yet. I would think Diamond ain't got no reason to be jealous, okay? However, when I see that you rushing to the internet now to file for legal and physical custody, just a little piece, it's like, are you in your feelings because he about to have a baby with somebody else? I don't know. I'm just telling you what came in my mind. All right. So I but then again, she could have did that a long time ago, right? If she was really jealous about him getting the girl pregnant, she about to have, she could have been filed for physical. So maybe it was just an exchange of words that's happened. Maybe because he could have said he'll take custody of little mama or something, like, you don't make as much as me. So if I wanted her to come stay with me, I could. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know, or maybe I don't know. It could be a lot of things, right? Maybe y'all let me know, especially y'all attorneys that be watching. Let me know why she would file this now. Could he be trying to restrict the little girl from being around certain people, and Diamond feeling as though if I have legal and physical custody of my daughter, then and it's established in the course, I can have her around whoever I want, maybe. So it's going to be interesting to see why she filed this, and what's going to come of it. All right. So y'all let me know, unless she finna also go put him on child support too, which is why she filing for legal and physical. But she also could have just went to the courts and filed for child support. Because he willingly seems to be taking care of the kid. It's just that I guess he's not seeing the child as much. Is what I'm thinking. All right. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that situation there, honey. Okay. Now, the other situation is Pinky Cole. Now, a lot of y'all can't stand Pinky. And I'm starting to see that I kind of like the people that the audience can't stand. That's one thing. That's just me. Okay. That lady don't be bothering nobody for real, for real. The folks just never wanted her on the show. We've had other fools on this show that y'all enjoyed. People had one hit wonder moments and y'all still praise them like they just did the most fantabulous thing in the world. But when Pinky step on the show and talk about her bankruptcy, the people upset. Then the folks on Twitter, let's get into it. Cause y'all over here like, she ain't talking about that. What else? I'm tired of hearing about this bankruptcy storyline. Why? It's her storyline. It's going to be carried out. What y'all want? Portia ain't talking about. Portia not talking about nothing though. Portia not talking about that. Cynthia Slick ain't talking about that outside of the tequila. Thank you for bringing us a little piece of something. What Drew got? Drew ain't got a whole lot going on. She bringing us this new man. She on the tail end of the divorce. Like, I'm confused. What, like, huh? I want to know more about the damn bankruptcy. I want to know if she gonna take the 5 million at some point from her husband. I want to see it. I don't know. People just don't like the lady, okay? She done her and Angela Oakley of Real Housewives of Atlanta got into it. Angela tried to say the lady had a wife in her basement. Y'all know what this lady did? She went and created a book and did an AI trailer to a movie that I would be tuned the hell into if it was on Tubi. Okay, she could partner. She just off of that little trailer concept, she could get with another one of these local directors and producers and stuff. Maybe Candy Burris, I'm sure, girl, maybe even Ty, honey, maybe some other ones, and she probably could actually make something of it. Like, why not? The people didn't like that. They feel like it was whack. Why? Candy has made plenty of money off of the stuff people have tried to use as a dig against her. Make it make sense. Get that lady her things, honey. Get that lady her things, period. But either way, as we speak on Pinky, she talked about it on Real Housewives that her former CFO was stealing money from the company. Well, this is very sad because according to Black Enterprise, they're saying that her former CFO has been indicted on theft, forgery, and money laundering charges. Mm. The state of Georgia has indicted this guy, Aaron Madison, for allegedly stealing more than $87,000 from the company. Wow. And she talked about this, and I had to go look him up myself. I was like, who is the CFO? Who is this? Let me see what it looked like. What happened? And shortly after that, he is now being indicted. That's crazy. Now I want a soundbite. I want a soundbite from Pinky and what she's thinking, how she's feeling. She's probably not going to rejoice in this, but at the same time, if money was taken from her company, then hey, you know, that person, I think she said, put her in a bind as well with her own company. Like, yeah, you gotta go. Now they dragging my name for stuff that your ass about did wrong. Well, I'm expecting you. to be on top of the SHI as my CFO. Okay. So they're saying, according to the court filings, they're saying that the CFO, Aaron Madison, was indicted in August on multiple counts, including theft by taking first degree forgery, money laundering. They're saying prosecutor alleged that Madison orchestrated a series of unauthorized financial transactions while overseeing the company's finances between 2021 and 2022. Authorities claim that Madison created fraudulent financial documents that appeared to be approved by Bart Vegan, which he then used to execute an $87,300 wire transfer for personal gain. In addition, prosecutors allege he withdrew company funds in repeated 600 increments, totaling more than $24,999 over several months, and moved the money through multiple accounts in which investigators describe as a laundering scheme. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Madison was indicted. His indictment comes years after Barvigan faced a lawsuit in July 2022 from a former employee alleging unpaid minimum wages, overtime violations, and withheld tips. The case was settled in early 2023 for tens of thousands of dollars. So this right here is what I believe, for the people that watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. This right here is what I believe Angela Oakley was referring to when she sat up there and she said, I'm not the one canceling people's Christmases, right? I think she was talking about this person not being able to receive their money and overtime and stuff. And it looks bad because it's Pinky's company, but the person that was really over the money was the CFO, Aaron Madison. And that is part of the reason why I say the way Angela Oakley came at Pinky was because she had information on Pinky and she wanted to get some things started and she couldn't wait to say it, because it was just like, how you know that? Or what would make you say that? Like, why? She wanted something. She wanted to fight, and that's what she got, a back and forth. Okay. But that's what's going on. That is what's going on. Wow. So now he's facing prison time. The case raises ongoing questions about financial oversight, accountability, and the pressures of rapid growth. Gotta be a little more careful with that. I'm sure Pinky may feel a bit vindicated, with her telling people like, yo, this man was mishandling funds. It wasn't so much as me, it was him mishandling my funds, right? And now here she is with him being indicted and everything and likely facing these charges. But also, aside from that, with the whole bankruptcy thing and the house being taken away and stuff, and people started laughing at her about that. And then the judge came back and said that whatever that company did was illegal. And Pinky can now have access to her home again. So let's allow the bankruptcy filing and things play out. So Pinky over there feeling a little vindicated, child, I'm sure. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts about it, honey. I ain't got no problem with Miss Pinky. I don't know why the people do. But let's keep going. What I do have a problem with is this case with Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs recently had a trial for a few days this week, a strangulation trial where this woman who worked as a chef for him, along with whatever else she did, because it sounded like she worked in the space of sports medicine or something like that, like she could nurse him back to good health type of shit. Either way, at some point, I guess they had a sexual relationship. They had been knowing each other for quite a few years. And I watched a bit of her testimony, right? And with me watching her testimony, I'm not going to hold y'all. Do you all remember when I covered the case of Travis Rudolph? He was an NFL player that ended up unaliving one of the boys that came to his home trying to intimidate and jump and potentially kill him. He was dating a young woman. The young woman got upset about whatever they had going on. She went and ran and told her brother whatever happened. I guess she elaborated a story to her brother, her younger brother, I do believe. He and his friends went over to Travis Rudolph's home where his brother and his mother live. And I believe they jumped on Travis's brother, attempted to jump on Travis. I believe Travis ran inside because I think the boys may have had guns or something like that. But whatever it was, they ran inside, and Travis ran inside, grabbed his gun, and just started aiming. And one of the boys ended up dying. Right. And the girl gets on the stand, right? The ex-girlfriend or whatever, she gets on the stand. And when I tell you she had the nastiest attitude, when I also tell you that her testimony contradicted so much of what the other boys said when they came, I watched that entire case. Do you hear me? I was tuned in and I'm like, yo, that man finna be found not guilty. Like it's just crazy. And what happened? He got found not guilty. Okay. So I'm fast forward coming to this Stefon Diggs case, watching this trial, watching this woman testify. I said, yo, she is putting me in the same exact mindset as this other young lady with the Travis Rudolph case. You did not get what it is that you really wanted out of the situation, whether it was a relationship, whether it was a piece of money, whatever it was. And instead of potentially taking an L, I don't know, but I do understand people want their money, right? Even though they said that you had already been paid, you decided to concoct some type of scheme, right? To make it appear as though he strangled you and did all of this other stuff. It was just very weird. And I said, yeah, I hate to say it, and I may be calling it too soon. This man finna be found not guilty. Because this case seems exactly like this other case to me. Just even though the circumstances were much different, the young ladies being on the stand, they damn near look similar. Okay. How they acted in court, damn near the same. All right, I think the Travis Rudolph young lady was maybe a tad bit more ruder than this girl. However, it was giving the same vibes. And then to know that not only did, they allege that she got paid, like, hey, now you've already got paid, and she couldn't even explain, like, oh, I can't explain that without telling the whole story. And the judge, like, girl, it's really giving yes or no. Okay. In addition to that, after the situation, she said he choked her, strangled her, or whatever. She bought the man a gift. I'm sorry, I don't know too many of nobody's that's gonna turn around and buy somebody a gift afterwards, girl. Like, what the hell? You may shoot a text, but a gift for their birthday? Is you cool? Like, it was weird. Then she said she had redness on the neck. And the attorney was like, but do you recall telling the people, the police or whatever, the people that interviewed you, that you were bruised? She was like, no, I said that I had redness, on my neck. I bruised easily. It wasn't a bruise. It was redness. She said, oh, okay. Well, do you recall getting in this person's car? Did you see that she had a dash cam at the top? She was like, dash cam? I didn't know that hoe had a dash cam. She had a dash cam? Yeah, she had a dash cam. They played the dash cam. Girl, wasn't that wrong with you? Nor was nothing seen around your neck. No redness or nothing. I don't know. Okay. Then turned around and showed, is this you over here dancing? Is this you by this door over here dancing? After you just supposedly got choked? Yeah, it's not adding up, Your Honor. It's not adding up, Your Honor. Let me bring witness 1 and 2 to the front. The way witness 1 and 2 wore her ass out, because whatever the hell she was saying, that's not what it was. I said, ooh, child. One thing about it, people be going up here trying to make sure. First of all, nobody even prepared the young lady for the damn trial. Let's be clear. No, Maya, whatever her name is, Mila, whatever, they ain't help her. Two, they be getting on these stands forgetting that other people have a testimony. And that testimony could potentially contradict yours. Very bad. But I feel like, baby, they wore her out when they said that dash cam, when they showed that other cam of her dancing around, looked foolish. Looked foolish. Oh. You say, what now, Stefon? Come back. Because you a dog ass. You understand? The way that I hate Cardi has a child with this man, the way that I feel like it was definitely, God forgive me, and a oops ass baby, but decided to move forward with it. Hell no. Hell no. It's like, well, I guess you'll stick your thing in anything, right? Come on, loving basketball. Child, that's what it's giving. Just hunching on everybody. Sir, I need you to have self-control over yourself. You too damn old for all of these kids falling out the damn sky all over the place. Every time it rain, I'ma think that Stefon got somebody pregnant. Okay? That's how let it fall. Don't let it fall on me, honey. Rain down. Do not let it fall over here. Cause you done got enough kids to start your own damn village for real. That's crazy. Ooh, over here is still hunching. Child, you need to slow down. Slow your down. You just too much. Somebody need to get a hold of this man. You should be too damn busy for all of that. Ooh, child. But I figured he was gonna be found not guilty. And then every time the judge checked her ass, she would look at Stefon. Baby, I holler. I'm like, don't look over there. Don't look out. Look at your attorney. Don't what you looking over there for? He can't help you. And clearly the people representing you can't help you either. And granted, she didn't really have any attorneys, but I do believe the people that picked up the case, the state, they could have better prepared her for this trial. Every time they asked her a question, Miss Ma'am tried to give her own interpretation or add a little extra. The judge, like, girl, she would turn her head. Like, first of all, why are you snapping your neck at the judge and rolling your eyes? You do know the jury see all of this, right? Girl, that lady said, you do it again, and your testimony gonna be stricken. Now, I'm tired of playing with you up in this. I really am. Okay? I done had it up to here, girl. Period. But let me tell y'all something else. I think that the state that brought this case to the front should be penalized in some capacity. I feel how y'all feel. Because so many times does the state not have enough adequate information and still try to pursue a fucking case. And therefore, you are wasting the people's time and the people's money when you do stuff like this. I'm sorry. They should be investigated or something, fined or something. Because y'all ain't had no video from my understanding. Y'all ain't had no pictures. Like, y'all had nothing to corroborate that a strangulation truly happened, except for her word against his. And the evidence of other people that really lined up to be more in his favor. Now, I can't say it did or did not happen. You know what I'm saying? But it don't seem like it did. If he was found not guilty. Because maybe he did like strangle that lady, but not enough to put a mark on her ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And then the fact that she brought him a gift afterwards makes me feel like this is something that y'all typically did. Rough each other up and move on about y'all business type shit. Like, I don't know, but yikes. Okay. But I do feel like this case should have never seen the light of day. In my personal, if y'all did not have enough substantial evidence, I feel like there should at least be 10 components or something before it's brought to the front. Like, do you have this? Do you have that? But I guess I don't know. I don't know, child. But she definitely wasted everybody's damn time. Okay. Now, I don't know. It would be hilarious. No, actually, that would not be funny. But I will say, it would not be surprising if that man turns around being found not guilty and try to sue her ass for his legal fees. Because she would have did the same. If he was found guilty, she would have been trying to sue him to pay her legal fees, if she had any. So now, if he turn around and sue your ass for dragging him in the court and you got to pay these legal fees or something, yikes. If he can. I don't know if he can or can't, but that's crazy. Child, she made herself look a fucking fool. Then she started trying to get emotional. I feel like she was forcing herself to cry. I'm not gonna hold you. And then I say, if you are really crying, it's not because of what happened that day. It's because you just fucked up a friendship that you would have much rather have kept. Okay? And now you could potentially be seen as a liability for anybody else. So not only did you kind of, make yourself look dumb, you may have damaged your reputation to the point where maybe don't nobody want to work with you. They might. Some people might. They might still utilize your services. But good luck. Okay? Good luck to this woman. I don't know. Let me see if there's a statement over here. Was there anything? Stefon's attorney, okay, he said that the athlete's legal team has taken these allegations seriously from day one. Fame and financial success shouldn't strip someone of their presumption of innocence, but too often it does exactly that. And unfortunately, as is the case with unfounded claims, the damage starts the moment an accusation is filed, long before any facts are examined. So when I hear his attorney say that, that makes me think that he could be setting this up to sue her for more than legal fees. I don't know if that would be some sort of defamation now that he was found not guilty. I don't know. I'm not an attorney. Y'all attorneys, let me know. The person goes on to add professional athletes have a target on their back. When someone sees a uniform and a contract, they see leverage, they see a settlement, and they're counting on that pressure in the court of public opinion to drive a default decision to settle regardless of the facts of the matter. That is so actual factual. And it's not even really about professional athletes. It's about people attached to money, period. Fame, image. They think people got money. So I'm going to go ahead and put this case out here and people going to automatically run with it without considering the possibility that this is not true, right? Or that this person could be lying, exaggerating a story or anything, right? They're going to run with it instead of letting the facts play out in hopes that the social media and the public pressure will make a person be like, fine, let's just settle it. But what'll never go away is the fact that, you know, you settled, and what comes with settlement, people never consider the fact that a settlement is, hey, if you don't stop pursuing this case, then I'm going to expose this and that about you. Right? It could basically be a non-monetary settlement. A lot of us automatically go into the thought of, I know I have, the thought of once it's a settlement, then you must be guilty of something. And that stain never really leaves you. Right? And knowing how, you know, this America is when it comes to black folks, child, you know, it's a mess. Some people just be like, let me pay because I don't know if I'm going to win in a court of law because it could go either way, whatever. But Stefon said, not on today, bitch. You think you finna strong arm me? Okay, well, let's do it. Let's go to court then. I really think she probably thought she was going to be able to strong arm him and settle it, get it out of court, get her coin, and go on. That man said, nope, finna make a fool of you. All right, they go on to say that the statement concluded saying the evidence has shown what we've maintained from day one. Okay, Mr. Diggs was wrongly accused, and this case represents exactly the kind of opportunistic targeting that players can face the moment they step on the field. Child, ain't that something? Girl, you done messed up the thing just a little piece, honey. Yes, you have. Just a little piece. That man may turn around and sue you for more than what you're thinking. Hate it for you, but good luck. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on what all we talked about today. I'm Jamie, that's me. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking the drama because